Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for the weekend roundup. So, did get a lot done this week. Did get a lot done this weekend, and we're planning to get a lot done during this following week here. So, a lot of you probably thought I forgot about the Lozi XX4. That's incorrect. Got a fresh set of slicks up there after cleaning our wheels off. Painted a body. Not the greatest, but it will do for what we needed to do. And did get a different rear wing on there, so got a little bit wider rear end than what came with the bulky body. So, man, I think that is that's looking pretty good. Got to rebuild the shocks. So I'll rebuild those probably this week. Get those going, and everything else is in pretty good shape. So I don't really think there's much else that we need to do except toss some electronics in and start getting the electronics set up for this. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty well for what we have. And yeah, pretty excited about that one. So the next car is our giveaway long arm. So as soon as we hit 500 subscribers, this is going to one of you. Stripped our electronics out of this because we needed something for our double X buggy, and that was the fastest and easiest thing to do. The wire lengths were all correct, and yeah, so got this to basically a slider, and I will include a set of J Concepts brand new rims, so you can mount up whatever tires you want, and you can throw in whatever electronics you want. So this one, like I said, wasn't raced a whole ton. That transmission's nice and smooth. So whoever gets this is going to be pretty lucky. So like I said, stay tuned to the channel. 500 subscribers. We will have a different video just on the giveaway. And all you need to do is be a subscriber and send an email, and this could be yours. So the B3 got that pretty much wrapped up this weekend. Our surplus rocket did come in for it, so I did get that mounted up, and I won't be soldering it in yet because I checked all the wire lengths; they're all good. My sensor wire obviously hanging out right here, so we're all good in that realm. But I need my factory work shock tower. I checked tracking today. It says it is in Denver and it's going to be out for delivery tomorrow. So we'll be able to get the factory work shock tower in. We have our B6 mounts. We're going to run a B7 wing on this, and we will be in pretty good shape to have this thing together. So the only thing we'll have to do is once we get everything in there, we'll set ride height, get it to 18, 19, I think. And this thing should be ready to go come tomorrow. So I gotta meet Larry Doe Wednesday, and I'm thinking about maybe do I race or not, and maybe we get this in for some practice. So the one thing I have to do is I have a 26 and a 27 pinion, and none of them were fitting with an 81 spur. So I do have to see if I can get like a Kimbrough, either a 76 or a 78, because the 81 is too tall, and I don't want to be on a 25 tooth pinion or a 24 to get it to fit. So we're going to do some work and see if we can get that figured out. So B3 is looking good. So maybe not as good as our double X4, but it's still looking good. On our double X buggy, thanks again for people commenting and telling me some solutions to my problems. But what we did was we took the 5 spokes off. The fronts were too narrow. These are actually the tires we were going to use on our double X buggy, but going to mount them up to that since we don't have rims for this. But the reason I'm going tomorrow Wednesday is to meet Larry, and he's got a set of rims and tires off a triple X buggy that will mount up right to this. He says they got like one race on them. I'm guessing he probably used them at Race Champions, and they are the silver aquas from J Concepts, so they'll be just fine. So our tires are figured out. Mount, we went on eBay, so that's coming. And then Larry does run a wing wire, so I was able to find a wing wire and some mounts. I'm not going to run this wing. We're going to run something else. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm either going to try to modify this so we can use the existing, or what I'll probably do is just run the Yokomo mounts and mount a wing to the Yokomo mount, so it's kind of further back, something like that. I think is going to be the ticket. So with our Yokomo mounts in the wing, and like I said, we'll probably use our standard Avid wing because that's flat bottom. I can notch for the wing wire, and that seems to work well. So I may do that. I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I'm kind of all tuckered out after the weekend of all the RC car stuff, so we will probably leave that for later this week. But all the electronics are in this except for the servo, and I have the servo. It's the Protec pulled out of our long arm giveaway, and we will get the wing figured out probably tomorrow. I'll probably just dig out the Yokomo mounts and get it mounted up that way, because that's how we mounted up everything else, and should leave it, about like that. And that's what I'm looking for as far as kind of a wing, and having it low enough and stuff, and not being pulled out by someone grabbing the wing, because marshals love to grab the wings and they will pull them out. So we are gonna figure out something to get it kind of back here. And like I said, we'll probably just use the Yokomo mounts, and I will just cut this wing wire like I did on all my RC10s, and run it that way, and that will look pretty good, and we'll have that. And then later this week, I will take the shocks apart, get them cleaned, rebuilt, new fluid in them, so that they're ready to go. And then I do have some tie rod ends that we have to replace on this. So our Lozies are moving right along. So like I said, should finish up the B3 Monday, have that all ready to go. I'll do a final video on that. Our pin is coming for this, and should have this pretty much solidified. I did order an extra top deck and a carbon fiber shock tower from Dragon Punch today, so those are coming. I do have a battery strap coming to strap the battery down, and really this thing should be done hopefully midweek this week. Once I talk to Larry, get some wheels and rims, hopefully by Thursday I think is my goal, to have this thing wrapped up and totally done. And you'll see a video on that, but it's getting close. So, and we're just going to leave this body. We're not going to paint up anything else. So what we'll do is, like I said, then once that's done, my ADD will slow down, and I'll be able to concentrate on some of our four-wheel drive stuff. So we will concentrate on getting the XXX or the XX4 done, and sorting out the electronics, the speed controller. I have an extra receiver. I'll pull a transponder from something. And like I said, just like we're doing a two-wheel drive shootout, we may do a four-wheel drive shootout. So we may do our XX4, our 91 works, and maybe we can get our hands on something else, perhaps a Schumacher. We'll see. So wanted to give everyone an update. Let you know where we've been, where we're going, and how things are looking, and things are looking pretty good. So not too terribly happy with how the paint turned out on this, but hey, for a runner, it's gonna work. So we'll get that taken care of. At least the slicks mount up to the tires, so I don't have a tire issue with this one. And yeah, we'll get the Lozi out on track. Just got to sort through the electronics, which we'll do this week. So again, guys, like, comment, subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next one.